Welcome to Sorry for the Delay. I'm your editor, Mia. In this week's episode, the boys draw some nightmare-fueling dinosaurs, we introduce a new segment about value or trend, and Joshua shows off his creative side. Enjoy the show.
It's going. We got this. We're live, everybody. We are live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sorry for the Delay. We are your hosts. My name is Sean. This is Joshua. Joshua, how are you doing today?
Hello, Sean. Hello, everybody who's here joining us and watching. I'm great. Thanks for asking. I hope everybody else is well. I mean, I don't think I'm well. The way I said that, it sounds like I'm fucked up or something. Probably got something going on here. Might be what's in my cup, but yeah, no, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. It's been a good day. I'm feeling better after coming down with a little bug. I know it's circulating. Everybody's coming down with something, but starting to feel a little better, thankfully.
That's good.
But yeah, like I said on the last episode, I hope everybody's doing well.
Yeah.
Feeling better.
This is episode 18. 18 episodes, Joshua. Can you believe it, man? It feels like just weeks ago we were talking about episode like 10. Now we're 8 weeks later in episode 18. It's amazing. Amazing how time works, isn't it?
Yeah, episode 18. We're still in the infancy stage of this. I mean, Sean knows this, and most of you who've been here since the beginning know that we have goals, and one of them is to get to 101 episodes.
101 episodes, baby.
So
I can't believe it.
101 episodes.
And I can rest these.
Yes, we will get there. We will transition. We will grow. Everything around you is going to change. Life changes, and so this podcast is going to change too and evolve. And I'm glad you guys are here. Those of you who are here to enjoy it with us.
Sir.
We appreciate all of you guys.
Yeah. Joshua, before we begin, I can't even speak now. I got sick again. I don't know if people can tell in my voice or in my sniffles. So I apologize if I cough off of camera or off mic or sniffle my nose. That's on me. I didn't take the handmade vitamin juice that Joshua was given.
Yep.
I went to the white coats and, still not healthy yet. So I got my apple juice. I'll be drinking that throughout the show today, but just sorry as a heads up. And now with that said, Joshua, please give us this day in history and how many days I have left before I can hang myself again.
Well, we know you're not going to do that because I know you love life and you love everybody in your life. You are not scheduled to leave us just yet. But if you wanted to, take the plunge of a giant bridge or, load one bullet into a gun, you got a few days to figure that out because you got 337 days left to make that decision. If you want 2024 to be your last year on this planet.
Still a lot of days.
I know it's funny because when I look at these days like this, I go to a website and it calculates the days for you. But the one that kind of weirds me out a little bit, it's the part where it gives you the percentage of the year that's left.
What's the percentage?
So according to this, yeah. So it gives you it breaks it all down. I've mentioned in some of the past episodes, it gives me hours, it gives me minutes, it gives me seconds. Like you could break this down by literally seconds. But I trip out on the percentage because it says we have 92.8% left of 2024.
92%? We're not even in the B's yet.
It's crazy. Like when you think about the percent left in a year, but days is one thing, but when you put it as a percentage, like you said, like if you're looking at it from like A's, B's, C's, D, like if you're an academic, you're like, man, I'm still an A+ kind of guy. I got 92%, but it seems to me when you look at that percentages, the time gets shorter faster. When you do it in percentages, does it feel that way to you?
I can definitely see that. I mean, 92%, right? So next week we'll probably be at the B level, right? We'll probably be like what, 89%, something like that, something where it's no longer A level, we're now B level. So yeah, makes us feel like a lot faster.
It puts it into perspective on how fast years go by.
Mhm.
And we talked about in the beginning of the year for like resolutions and things you want to do. And if you haven't started those yet, if you're basing it off percentages, like the year goes by fast. So if you want to start a diet, if you want to start working out, if you want to make amends with family members, or you want to, have a discussion you haven't had and you feel like it's time, and do it this year, like time runs out faster than we all like to maybe appreciate it. So I don't know, just looking at it in percentage wise, it really, it puts it more into perspective than days. Cause everybody's like, I work 7 days a week, I'm always busy. Like, but percentage wise, it goes by fast. So, appreciate the time because it goes by really, really, really fast. So, yeah, that's my little rant
All right,
on.
with that said, hey everybody, thank you for watching, thank you for listening.
I know, right? That's it. That's all I got. Talking about days, talking about percentages. It's over. Let's get out of here. Jesus Christ. But, as I try to do with every one of these episodes, I try to bring a little bit of fun, a little bit of humor. Sean does the same thing. That's what we're here for, just to kind of laugh and pass the 60 minutes of time that we're all together. But I like to look at holidays because every day there is a holiday. Celebrate. And I picked out 4. There was more than 4 on this January 30th, but right. Yeah, there's a website you can look this up. But I got 4 of them for you. And stop me whenever you want to, Sean, if you're curious. I didn't do the history on it, but if you got something to chime in on one of these holidays, again, I got 4. So I will start with the first holiday I came across for January 30th. So the first one I came across, it's called National Croissant Day.
Ooh, that sounds nice. Like a nice, good buttered croissant like that.
Are you interested?
I'm very interested.
Is it a day you can relate to?
I believe I'm going to go get it.
Are you celebrating this holiday?
I'm salivating this holiday, Joshua. Not celebrating, salivating this holiday. That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah. So National Croissant Day. That's the first one I came across. Okay. The second one I got for you, I have National Draw a Dinosaur Day.
That is great. National Draw. Joshua, we got to draw dinosaurs. How do we, I'm going to figure out a way that we can draw a dinosaur. I'll figure it out. I love this. What's the next one, Joshua?
Yeah, so the third one I have for you is National Plan for a Vacation Day.
What? Joshua, this is the best day ever. All these holidays are awesome. Fucking mint. So now we got to draw a dinosaur.
Are you planning vacations?
We got to plan some vacations. Well, see, now I am. I'm going to plan some vacations now because of this day. Like, we need this, Joshua. We need this.
I thought it was cool. I was like, it's only January 30th and they made a holiday right after, you got Christmas, you got New Year's, and they're like, you know what? Let's make a holiday out of Plan a Vacation Day. Let's just start now in the beginning. You only got 92% left of the year, 90% left in the year. Let's start planning now.
So fucking cool. I love this. I love this shit.
Yeah. So that's my third one. All right. For the fourth one, I thought this one was kind of silly. The fourth and final one I have for you is Yodel for your neighbor's day. Yodel. Right. Yodel. Who yodels? Who's doing
that?
Not
me. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not yodeling for nobody, buddy. But I appreciate you if you are. Like, do you want to give us a demonstration, Joshua, of how a yodel should go?
No. I've seen videos of yodeling, and there is a technique involved, like any singing. There's techniques involved, but yodeling, I I'm not going to take that class.
Not gonna take
You know, I
that
might watch a
class.
show if the tickets are free. But I'll, send me some tickets. I'll go check you out. I want to see how this yodeling
And I like how it's
goes.
Yodel
But
for your
yeah,
neighbors.
so those,
Like, are you like going outside on your balcony and just like welting out some heavy ass yodels? Like, you're the rooster in the morning.
it's like, because like your neighbors might just hate you, like, oh, fuck yeah, I can get away with yodeling now. It actually is a holiday.
Yeah.
And you just start wailing out. You start yodeling at your neighbors. Like, it's okay. It's a holiday. It's accepted.
No, officer, I swear. It's a holiday. Don't worry. Oh, fuck. That's great.
So yeah, those everybody are the 4 fun holidays I found that drop on January 30th.
That's fucking awesome, Joshua. Give me 1 second, Joshua, because I've created something here, and I'm going to send you the link if I can. I'll go ahead and copy and paste it in for you. I think I could do this in the chat here. Everybody will be able to see this later when we put it in, but can you see it in the chat, Joshua?
I'm kind of afraid. Whenever Sean sends me something, I get a little nervous because I never
Don't
know.
be afraid.
Sean found out the other day when he said he wanted to see it, and I sent Sean a little something that he wasn't expecting. So I'm kind of nervous now that he's sending me something that you guys aren't previewed to yet, but you will be.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's in the chat link, Joshua.
But be careful.
It's in the chat. Can you see
chat
it in the chat?
There's actually.
I know this makes for great podcasting.
Oh yeah, chat down here in the corner.
But it's okay because we'll go ahead and we'll share the screen. Boom.
Ooh. Should I tell people what I'm looking at?
Well, now they can see.
Here on my 9th
so
monitor.
Now, Joshua, I have found this website. Now, have you joined me in here yet? So there, you should be able to.
No, type your name.
Yeah, just type your name.
Okay, I'm typing my name.
Type that name.
Okay.
You should be able to join me in here. I basically just did a quick Google for like yeah, there you are, Mr. Big. It's a drawing pad, baby. We're gonna draw a dinosaur, Joshua. Let's draw a fucking dinosaur.
Okay.
I think it's as intuitive as
let's
it
draw
is.
Dinosaurs.
My color will be green, Joshua. I don't know if you want to make your color different or if you had a preference. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go with a. Do they have purple? Can I go a purple dinosaur?
Just click somewhere on that little bar there.
Super cool over here. All right. Sure. So can I just start drawing?
Oh, look at you.
Ooh, I go from the tail up, baby. So we're gonna go this way.
Mine is not green, which is disappointing because I don't think I clicked the green button. So mine is on the right.
Oh, this is going to be terrible.
Oh, yeah, look at this.
Look at this level of so bad
right here, baby. This is
you could tell this is live, everybody, because we did not plan this.
We did not. This is sensational, though. Joshua, yours. You deleted half of yours. I don't know what you just did.
How did half of my guy go? Oh God! How do I undo what I just did?
Fucked it up,
oh Jesus, dude, yours is so much better than mine.
It's just I got skill. I got skill in class.
Dude, I did mine so different. All right, I'm gonna speed through what I was trying to do, even though it was garbage anyways.
Oh, okay, well,
yeah, bro, this is like I don't know what mine is supposed to be. Holy shit!
Oh my God!
Whoa, this is high level. This is high level casting right here.
This is the shit right here. This is.
Oh my. Okay. Oh, you have to change the color down at the bottom. That's why.
So you click here. I mean, it's clearly live. We've never used this program before in our lives, but the fact that it works makes me happy. Look at that. I guess.
Dude, this is going to get real very soon.
This is
Okay.
just so stupid. Don't even know.
Dude, what is going on? That's like... This is dumb. Oh, this is dumb. Bro. Because if they're gonna call you Mr. Big, you better be wearing a crown. I'll tell you that right now. You better put a crown on that freaking head right there. And you know what?
Beautiful.
Just because you're Mr. Big, you can get away with just doing some of this stuff back out the back end right here. You can get away with this. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You just drop in a little bit of wording here. You go poof. So you know what's happening.
There you go.
Sometimes.
Happy National Draw a Dinosaur Day. I think I nailed that. That was perfect.
I'm going double duty.
Double duty, bro?
You don't get just one out of me. You don't just
son.
get one. You get
Damn.
you get double. Picasso.
Oh, that's great.
That's everything I got there.
That's fucking beautiful.
That is great.
All right, go ahead and stop doing that.
Clip that.
Thanks for that, Joshua. Thanks for that.
Oh no. Yeah, no, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Did you have any more, Joshua?
Good job. Good find. Good find.
Was that everything for your this day's history?
No. I ended, yeah, for holidays on January 30th. That's what I got. I got the 4. I got the national, just to reevaluate. Yeah. I got the National Croissant Day.
Delicious.
That we all love.
Absolutely.
And then we just banged out National Draw a Dinosaur Day.
Hell yeah.
Number 3 was National Plan for Vacations. So everybody start planning your vacations now, because your boss, your supervisor is going to say, fuck no, they're going to deny you as quick as possible. So plan that shit right now. And fan favorite, Yodel for your neighbors.
You yeah, very cool.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right.
That's what I got for holidays.
Okay. Now, what about some this days in history, Joshua? What do you got for those?
Oh, you want me to hit you with some days in histories? All right. So per usual, I do everything 4 or 5 days in advance because I'm such a planner. Not really. Yeah, I came across these today. So don't judge me. If you can find something better, drop it in the comments. Throw a like, maybe you find something better on these days. Maybe it's your birthday and I forgot to tell you happy birthday, but I'm not going to forget this person's birthday. All right. I'm going to start with the birthday. Let's give a little shout out to our boy, Christian Bale. Batman. It's Christian Bale.
Batman. Happy birthday, Batman.
He's turning 50 this year.
50,
Christian Bale.
50 years old? I didn't know Batman was already 50 years old. Damn.
I didn't know Batman aged.
I didn't either.
I didn't know he did.
That's crazy. You would think that with all the money and gadgets that he would just stay like 20. Like peak 20,
So happy birthday, Christian Bale. 50 years old. That's a big one. That's a milestone. Congratulations, you made it. So good news. Happy birthday. For some other this day in history, in 1969, on this day in history, the Beatles performed their last live gig, a 42-minute concert on the roof of Apple Corp's headquarters in London, England.
Wow. Like officially their last gig? Like they all collectively decided this is the last show we're ever playing in our entire lives?
Clearly I dig super deep and I know that that's the last day. No, I don't know that. But this is what popped up and it said it was their last day. I feel like they're lying to us on this one right here. Right?
Maybe. I mean,
we need a better crack team to figure this stuff out.
Believe it.
But they're saying
makes sense. Apple has a lot of money,
This is their
Joshua, think about it this way. Like if you had all the money that Apple has, right? And you were like, hey, X band, right? We're going to give you this much money and then we're going to say this is your last show ever, like to have that be in the band's legacy, but also in Apple's legacy, like it makes sense.
Yeah, but I feel like they've performed more
They
than
probably
that.
have.
That's
I
what
don't
I
know,
think
man.
they're
I
lying
thought
to
they
us.
were all
Honestly,
dead. So fuck. What do I know?
I think. Well, moving on from the Beatles, I think the Beatles music is pretty cool. I don't ask me to name any Beatles songs, but I sure know that I do like a few Beatles songs. I'm pretty sure.
You're pretty sure.
So
Yeah, there's some in there.
for my second, I'm pretty sure. I look at my Spotify. We'll figure that out. But for my second, this day in history on January 30th in 1962, U.S. performs a nuclear test at Nevada test site. And now that I brought that up, Sean, how many nuclear tests do you think have happened in Nevada since they started?
I'm going to say it's probably not an ungodly amount. So I'm probably going to say like close to 50.
Jesus.
No?
So these are documented. These are above and below ground ones that they're actually telling us about.
God. Okay, I'm scared now.
They have performed, believe it or not, nuclear tests. 928
That's
tests.
an ungodly amount of tests, Joshua.
Do you think the aliens? You think the aliens are going? You start talking about aliens and nuclear tests.
I'm sure they watch those pretty hard, right? I mean, you've seen that. Like, I don't know if it wasn't a show or anything, but it was like a story where like there was apparently a UFO around like one of the nuclear silo bases, and like it was hovering there and like tried to like find a way to like turn both keys or some shit to like start some fucking shit.
Yeah, I did hear about that one.
I mean, I'm sure they're watching that shit, So 900 though. 900.
That's most
insane. That's an ungodly amount of tests, and it makes me want to think like, is everybody in Nevada okay? Like that's a lot of radiation, bro. Like you might not want to drink that water.
That's exactly what I thought, but that's not the most alarming.
No?
I mean, when I looked this up, and again, I didn't go crazy deep, right? Like I just do as much research as I have time for, which is not very much. They've done, according to the website I went to, over 2,000 tests worldwide.
What? That number is just mind-boggling to me. Like, because it's nuclear weapons. Like,
correct.
Fucking world-ending power right there. And you have over 2,000 tests. That's fucking crazy.
You kind of got to think, like, has that done something to the atmosphere?
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
If you're going into conspiracy theories, if you're thinking about it, like, do you think that's affecting the water we drink, the air we breathe,
fish that we eat,
the animals
dude.
that
yeah, it's crazy.
It's kind of alarming, but I'm all for science. I'm not going to say that that's the worst thing that we've probably done. And I'm sure there's some other sticky stuff going on out there in these secret test sites, but those are the most obvious. Those things are going boom.
How long, Joshua?
And
sorry,
people have been affected by that.
How long do you think until?
No.
Well, sorry, let me preface this. Did you hear that China just recently landed on the moon again?
Okay. I did hear that.
How long do you think it is until we start blowing up the moon with nuclear explosions for science?
I don't think anybody wants to blow up the moon. I think the big push is going to be the mining of the minerals that are on the moon.
Really?
I think there's precious minerals on the moon. And I think that's going to be the true next gold rush. Once Elon and once everybody kind of gets stuff going, I think we're going to be setting things up for precious metals. I don't know if there's any lithium on the moon. Somebody could check that if they want to. I wasn't anticipating this conversation, but if there's a bunch of lithium on the moon,
Oh yeah, we're fucked.
that can be done by robots and doesn't have to be done maliciously in some of these countries. I do believe the moon is going to be harvested, and we could ultimately destroy ourselves by destroying the moon.
Look at us. Good old
Nobody saw that coming.
Good old human civilization just really destroying us at our bases here.
Yeah, I think, but everybody's going to the moon. I mean, it's low gravity.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good launching point. You can set up stations up there. You can get to other planets. It's a good place to set up shop if you want to explore the cosmos. And I do know that eventually we're going to go there, and we're going to be hanging out there, and not playing pinball or anything like that. I think actual science is going to be happening up there.
Joshua, hey, question then.
I mean, every once in a while you might.
How long do you think until we have like a Starbucks on the moon? When's the first Starbucks on the moon going to be opening up, Joshua? You think in our lifetime or after us?
I don't think Starbucks has the pull, but I think Amazon will be delivering packages from the moon. I think you order up some space rocks, they're going to be showing up to your house. I think Amazon's got it.
Well, that's fucking great.
Yeah, I think the moon is a habitable spot, especially you put up a bunch of walls and you seal some stuff off, and you're a pretty smart group of people. Mm-hmm. I think it's achievable. I haven't Googled the question. Would it be easier to set up on Mars, or would it be easier to set up on the moon?
It's got to be easier on the moon.
I have
the moon's
not
closer, right? Because then you can get stuff back and forth a lot easier. And I mean, yes, there's probably less gravity on the moon, right? Because Mars is supposed to be more like our planet when it comes to like gravity. So I would assume that, I don't know, maybe because the distance, the moon would be easier. I don't know, man.
I do have to confess, I follow somebody on Instagram, and and even if I knew it, I wouldn't say it, because I asked a question and the asshole didn't freaking respond to me. So I'm not even gonna shut him out. So if they would have answered my question, maybe I would,
Joshua.
I would have dropped a mention, but I did pose the question because this person does have a pretty large following. So what they do is they set up a large telescope and they just film the moon constantly and consistently and just kind of just view the moon. And they were live, you know how they go Instagram live, like it's happening right now. So he had his telescope live and they were filming the moon. And the question I posed was, would you rather, what's a better investment, real estate on the moon or real estate on Mars? Like, what are you buying? Like if you had to, and they didn't answer. They didn't.
Well, because they're uncivilized swine, Joshua. That's why they didn't answer. All right, I will answer for you, and the correct answer is the moon. Duh.
Look at the moon. Okay, so you're buying real estate on the moon.
Real estate on the moon.
If somebody hands you a plot of land, going to the moon.
Yes. Because I can't justify the amount of time it would take to get to Mars. You know what I mean? It takes a long time to get to Mars, but it takes only a little bit less time to get to the moon, you know? So I would have to say the moon would be the better investment initially, right? Because then after you established on the moon, then probably by that time you could get to Mars a lot quicker. And so because Mars is bigger, you know, you probably have more opportunity, like more land that you could have purchased when you were buying for the moon, you know? So, I don't know. I'm just going to put a Starbucks there anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I don't think Starbucks going there, but I think it's a frontier that we're going to explore in the next decade or so. It's going to be quite interesting.
Actually, Joshua, since we're on this topic still, would you right now want to go to Mars? Like if they were having one of those, like a no return mission, would you sign up for that? To be one of the first people, Joshua. You were an adventurer, you know? Just saying.
It's It's funny that you do pose that question, and we're on the topic of space and science and exploration, because there was a time
Mm,
in the last few years, actually, I because there's groups that you can sign up for, and you can actually be a part of groups that go live in like the desert and stuff for like 6 months,
Oh,
and
yeah,
you can
I've
like,
seen some of that.
there
Yeah.
is these programs that, yeah. And having watched enough of these documentaries and having watched enough scientists who've talked about what your life would be like living on Mars and in the current technological, like the phases we'd be in right now, I would not go to Mars because it would be miserable. Right, as you know, if they put a Dave and Buster's on there, if they put a Chuck E.
Why
Cheese,
can't I get my porn to
sign me
work?
up. I'm going to Mars. I want to be able to redeem some tickets from Chuck E. Cheese on Mars. Yeah, like that free pizza from Domino's. Be there in 7 months. Like that kind of shit. That nine. You can get that 911 Domino's pizza. Is it Domino's that does
Yeah,
that, or is it
it
pizza?
is.
Who
Yeah,
does the 911
that's
shit?
Domino's.
Yeah, like you're on your app on your phone, and you're like, motherfucker, send the shit to Mars.
Please, to Mars, help.
Get the shit here. You redeem it.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm not going up there unless they got working toilets.
it's like a third world country.
Sunscreen actually works. Yeah, like I'm going to Mars. It's great if you know if your life is not so fun here on Earth, and I'm talking like really bad.
Yeah.
Like you got nothing, no family, you live in a cave, like you're all alone in life, but you're really smart. Like say you're a fucking genius. You're a
You
fucking
wouldn't be living
genius.
in a cave.
And they go, you know what? You're so goddamn smart. Yeah, well, maybe you
Right.
are, because that's where the resources are. Like, think about it. There's a reason why your smart ass is living in that fucking cave, right? So if you got nothing going on and civilization has no more to give to you, like you figured it out, and you want to start something new, you want to be a Johnny Appleseed and shoot your load all over the fucking Martian surface. um, like, hey, what does my load do on the fucking surface of Mars? Get a little sperm fucking float and become aliens and shit. Like
There's some sperm on this rock.
if you
and
think
this rock. And
you
this
got
rock.
yeah, like what do you think those robots are doing up there? Those robots are dropping jizz on rocks and shit. Like, what do these little sperms do in zero gravity? Like how do you pollinate anything? You got to drop your seed somewhere, right? So if you're a genius and why not drop your seed up there? Just take off. But I love this planet. I love the dolphins. I love fish. Like
the one animal that you can have
roll
sex
around
with,
in some
Joshua.
mud. I don't have to wear a suit.
You love the dolphins.
Yeah, I want to rub a jellyfish on myself, like I want to do some shit here on this planet. I'm not done yet. There's some shit I haven't seen yet. I haven't seen a giraffe, lick a rhino. Some shit. I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know. Like great. Some shit I want to see. Great. Haven't seen it yet.
I mean, I feel you. I get it. I'd probably stay here.
Yeah, I'm yeah, I'm sticking around. I'm sticking around, Sean, because if I went to Mars, there'd be an extreme delay in this conversation. So and it truly would be sorry for the delay. It really would.
Oh, that's great. But I just want to imagine.
Well,
Joshua.
Enough about
space. Wait, before we get away from space, I want to imagine though, Joshua, going there, okay, right? Let's go. Going to Mars, and then having to have a conversation with NASA because I'm using too much of the Wi-Fi for porn. Like that would be very fun. Another conversation with you, Sean.
I think you'd have to go back to magazines, dude. I don't think the feed would be. Yeah, you'd have to be pulling out the centerfolds as Hugh Hefner designed it to and jerk all over the freaking centerfold. You have to pull the staples from the magazine because now everything's completely fused together.
And then you would probably, you wouldn't be going alone because it'd be like a waste of money to send one person. So you probably have like a group of you, right? And if you're the only one over here jerking off to analog porn, that's just like, well, there goes Sean on his third hike of the day.
And you start, okay, let's go deeper. This Mia might have to cut this out.
she
Right?
probably
She just may have to cut this out. Total blip. A whole lot of beeping going on in this. But are the first people they're sending to another world? Are they going to be? There's so many different sexualities, but I'll just narrow it down. Are you going to be straight? Are you going to be bi friendly? Are you going to be what are you going to be open to? Because statistically, if you're okay with both sexes, you're probably going to have a better time.
True.
Just throwing it out there. You might have a better time because you're not
yeah.
stuck with the one, the one, you only got one option. You know what I mean? So if you can dabble, in some other stuff, you might have a happier time. Sure.
But you got to realize what we're going up there for. We're going up there for science, Joshua. And for science, we're going up there just to breathe.
Exactly.
So unfortunately, in the name of science, I think it would be just breeding capability, right? So like if you,
gotcha.
If your parts make other baby parts, then I think you're set. Doesn't mean you still can't have fun though. So.
Okay. Yeah. I'm kind of the like-minded of, they're going to send somebody up to that obviously is, well-versed in literature and science and everything else. But I think you kind of got to turn the dial and have a little bit of a wild side.
Sure.
Otherwise it's going to get slow.
Fuck some aliens,
it's going to get cold. You're going to be sleeping on your thumb for excitement. Like it's just, it's going to be different. It's going to be
good.
You got to mix it up.
All right, move us on. What do you got? What's next?
Yeah, for my next one, how far did we even get? I don't even know what the last one we left off on. Oh, it was nuclear bombs, right?
Yeah,
nuclear,
that's right.
Dropping tests, right? It's what led us to going to other planets and exploring each other's
bodies,
parts. All right, let me drop one more for you now that we've gotten this far. Let me bring you back to sports because I know we're in the season of sports. You got the Super Bowl coming and all the fun stuff coming up. And I'm going to drop a sports one on you. So in 1958, MLB Commissioner Ford Frick announces that players and coaches, rather than fans, will vote on selections for the All-Star game. But before I go to the next part, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about coaches and players voting on the people that get into the All-Star game? Do you think that's fair?
That so much more than
vote
than media, like how it is in the NBA, where it's like reporters and stuff. I think it's reporters and I think players or some shit like that. It's stupid. No, the NBA is stupid, but I like the fact that coaches and players in that one get a say in who is. So that's really cool.
Okay, so you would have voted for that type of voting.
For sure.
You'd have been for that. Okay. Because sorry, Sean. The vote returns to fans in 1970.
Oh, that's fucking dumb.
Sorry.
People are stupid, bro. People are stupid. Like that's dumb. No wonder it's a fucking boring sport now. It all makes sense.
You don't like it? You don't like the fan? You don't like the fact? See, okay, I'm a difference of opinion on this one.
Wait,
and the
maybe
only
I'm understanding
reason is because I think there's
maybe I'm understanding it wrong. Explain it to me again. They're voting for Hall of Fame. Is that what you said?
All-Star game.
Oh, the All-Star game.
All-Star game. Sorry if I said Hall of Fame. All-Star game.
See, I think I just misheard. Okay, so that makes more sense then. It's the same way that they do it in the NBA. Like the fans vote for the All-Stars. Yeah, it makes more sense. Yes. Thank you, Joshua. Yeah. I thought we had a difference of opinion, but I think I just misheard. That's my fault. Sorry, everybody.
Can I take a pause real quick? I need to fix my background.
Sure, go for it, Joshua.
Everybody. Because nobody wants to look at an HDMI fucking plug-in in the background.
No, they do not.
Jesus Christ.
Fix it. Joshua. Sexy little man. Look at that. Look at him over there just fixing that. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, I just want to Give him a bunch of little kisses.
All right, tell something fun, Sean. Tell something why I disappear into the abyss
Okay.
real quick. Hold on.
While Joshua disappears into the abyss, I was telling the people about our
I just
Valentine's.
missed everything Sean said.
Telling people about the Valentine's episode and how it's going to be a fun one. So.
Oh yeah, we got that. What's that? Two more. We got a couple more to come out, and then we're gonna dim the lights down.
Nice. It's a celebratory one because what is it? You said every 5 has to be a or 10, whatever. I don't know.
They're like birthdays, like what do parents celebrate when they come to birthdays? Is every birthday important, or do you just tell your kid, you know what, wait till you're 5 and you'll get something better than when you were 2?
Sure.
Like this, there's milestones to be met, and everybody involved in this is there's milestones that you also will be a part of as these things happen. So you may be wearing diapers right now, but you're gonna get involved real soon.
I'm still wearing diapers. I love it.
But okay, so what I was saying, did you finish your thing, your point to what side of the coin you would have been on?
Oh yeah.
As far as, do you side with the coaches and the players, or do you side with the fans when it comes to voting?
You know what? As I thought about it, as you were doing your thing over here, I kind of side with myself on what I said first. I like the idea of the coaches and the players voting for the All-Stars rather than the fans, because I stand by my statement. Fans are stupid. People are stupid. So I stand by that statement now. Like, as the more I thought about it, I was like, it makes more sense. Because like if you're a coach, right, and you want to show like the biggest accolade that you can for a player without like a player on the other team, the opposing team, like, why not throw them like an all-star vote, Like, hey, Joshua, like, I know you don't play on our team, but hey, I'm voting for you, to be this all-star for this year. Good job, buddy. That's cool. Instead of a fan being like, "Ooh, he's my team, he wins." So
you're kind of seeing it as a fan could be more biased than coaches or players?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing it as, yeah.
See, because I think, and this is just me knowing or like thinking sometimes the way I do, okay? Because people are incentivized by money and bonuses, and I think players do get bonuses, and I think they do get
they do, for sure,
incentives if they make it to the All-Star game, right?
It's written into their contracts.
Yeah. So if you're a coach, and everybody knows every sport has their internal voting or their insider voting or whatever, like I think if you leave it to the coaches and players, people could be getting like kickbacks. I think
it's probably already like that now.
Vote for me.
Like all sports are fucking rigged, bro. So it's probably like that already now, and there's like, you just don't hear it. So if you had a clause in there that was like, you can vote for anybody not on your team, like, I think that would solve a lot of problems. But at the same time, like, you have phones, you guys see each other at least 3 times, like, in your season, you can probably still help your friend out on another team, but still, it's all fucking rigged. It's all rigged. Sports is a lie.
Okay. Yeah. And we're gonna, I mean, talking about sports, it's a good month for that. Super Bowl's on its way. We're not going to make a prediction on this one.
Next one.
Who we think is going to get there. That's coming up, and if anybody's going to be putting any money on it, I'm curious to know if anybody's dropping their paycheck. If anybody's, what you're going to do, what you're willing to risk for the team that you say you love. What are you willing to risk?
Great topic, Joshua. Spoilers for next week.
Yeah. What are you putting on the line for your team? You're gonna burn a jersey? What are you gonna do?
Get it tattooed on my forearm, baby.
But yeah. So I'm going with just to kill it, just to call the division or whatever you want to call it. I like that the fans get to vote instead of the players and coaches. That's the vote I'm casting.
All right.
If I'm deciding.
I mean, that's the way we're doing it now. So if it's not broken, don't fix it, I guess. So.
Yeah. But I do have an interesting topic because we've hit a new year.
Sure.
I find it interesting anyways, like just because all the videos you see on social media and all this wild shit that's constantly going on. I am curious about trends and what's popular and what would drive somebody to. I'll start with my first one when it comes to and the question is to you, Sean, would this be, I got a number of them. Would this be considered a trend or would this be considered a value? So I'm calling this trend versus values.
Okay.
This is my little take on trend versus values. My first one, and I want to hear your feedback. Okay. My first one for my trends versus values is Stanley Cups.
Stanley.
What are your thoughts on Stanley Cups?
I recently watched a YouTube video where this guy does reviews on like tools and like hardware stuff, right? And one of the reviews that he did was cups, right? So like the Stanley Cups, the Brewmate Cups and stuff like that. Stanley Cups were not bad in terms of durability and stuff like that, but it's a trend. I'm going a trend, not a value, because the Stanley Cup in that video was beaten by a Chinese company $11 cup. So it's a trend, not a value.
So you're giving it the trend, not value for Stanley Cups. I'm going to have to agree with you because I think, I'm sorry if I offend anybody that loves fucking stomping on somebody's face because they want that Stanley Cup in Target, or they want to just beat somebody up, or they want to fucking, I'm completely sorry if you've lost a loved one to fucking battling for a fucking Stanley Cup. Because I'm honestly going to say this, no Stanley Cup is worth punching somebody in the face,
not at all.
Ruining a relationship, or spending the last fucking $10, $30, whatever it is to buy one. I don't even know, because I think they're kind of ridiculous. Yeah. They're not worth your money or your time. So I agree with you, Sean. Stanley Cups, a big thumbs down. That is a trend for me, not a value.
Nice. What else you got?
Okay, let's keep going. My number 2. There's a theme here. What do you think about Starbucks cups? Trend or value?
So, this is a controversial take on this one. I'm going to put this one in
controversial over a cup.
I'm going to say this is going to be a value, Joshua. Now, hear me out. So,
holy shit.
I'm going to say it's a value, but here's my reasoning. So, Starbucks cups are they put them out, right? But you can get specific locations like cups, right? So you can get one from Vegas, you can get one from Disneyland, right? And I think those ones hold value, right? The ones that they put out, like the black tumbler ones, or like the ones you see people going for, like the ones with like the little spiky things on the side. I don't know how to describe them. They'll show the picture, but like those ones I think are the trend rather than the value. But I think overall a Starbucks cup is more valuable than a Stanley Cup, so I say value.
If you compare the two, I do agree with you. I do agree that a Starbucks cup over time, probably better constructed, maybe. It's going to last you longer. it is a better, it's a better investment in a cup.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
But
we're not Starbucks advocates here. You know, we're not sponsored by them, so we don't know what their quality of cup is. I'm just saying, like, if I gave you a Starbucks cup from Disneyland that was specifically from Disneyland, and I gave you a Stanley cup that was a generic Stanley cup, what would have more value to you? You know what I mean? That's where I'm coming from with it.
Mm-hmm. If that's the question, I'm throwing the Stanley cup in the garbage, and the Starbucks cup is in and up on my back, and I'm never using it. You know, and I'm gonna hold on to it because I'm a bit of a hoarder when it comes to certain things like that. So I would save, if you got me a Disney Starbucks cup, I wouldn't use it. I would put it up and hold on to it and cherish it because I love that type of shit.
There you go.
I have to go with, it's still a trend though.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of value that's going to change your life unless you got 10,000 of these things.
True.
And they're all different.
Yeah, true. Well, I mean,
unless you have a vault of these things, like I know some fanatics do, unless you're committed to the cause, and unless you're committed, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm talking you're further than balls deep. I'm talking your nuts went in with your dick. Like, you're that deep into the game. Like, it fits. You made it fit. Like, it didn't fit, but you're like, I'm going in anyways. Like, you readjusted the size of that orifice. Like, you made it bigger. But if you're that deep into it, yeah, it probably is valuable. But if you're just the one twosie, you know, like, I got it, you're not.
Yeah.
It's not going to add you value. You're not going to retire off all the Starbucks cups that are half cracked because you put them in your dishwasher, or, you know, you had to pick up dog shit, you know, because you didn't bring a bag when you took your dog for a walk, so you put it in the cup instead.
Gross.
You know, like, it's not. You're not gonna. Yeah. So we're splitting here. I'm going with.
I agree with you.
A trend could be a value though.
Yeah, I can see.
Hashtag
I can see
whatever,
it both ways.
Or little asterisk. Yeah.
You got another one for us, Joshua?
I got a bunch.
Give us one more.
Just depends on how deep.
Let's do.
One more.
We'll
I got.
We'll save it for the next episode. I like this. I like this trend or value. It's
okay, okay. I'll give you. I'll go one more. Right. I'll go one more. Geez. How about Legos? Are Legos a trend or Legos a value?
I'm going to say value. I'm saying value because, as with all things collectible, right? Funkos, Legos, old toys, there is value to them because people still want them, right? So somebody's still out there willing to pay money for a Lego set, right? Like that Lego set you just got from your Christmas party, your Up Lego set. Somebody's probably still out there willing to pay money for that. And I don't think that price will ever get lower. You know what I mean? So I say value. I say Legos are a value. And on top of that,
okay,
they bring a certain amount of creativity, right? So you're using your brain, and so you're not only having value monetarily, but you're also having value intellectually, you know? So a value overall, baby.
Okay. Here's my take on it.
Oh no.
I genuinely do not know if it is a trend or if it is a value. And this is what I appreciate about it, is because I love Legos. So the fact that I love it doesn't mean that it has to have value. Because if I love something, it doesn't matter if it's worth $1 million or if it's worth $1. Because my love for an item goes further than what something costs.
Okay.
So I'm going to split it with the trend versus value. It's cool that it's worth something, but because I love it so much and the time it takes and the creativity, I probably would never sell it unless I was in a position that I really needed to sell that, because I love them. They're fun. They're creative. There's a craftsmanship and there's an artistry to Legos, and I appreciate that. And I'm split. But I just love it.
I mean,
And
every
so
statement that you just made, Joshua,
I'm keeping my Legos.
I can put to the Stanley Cup, though. You know what I mean? Like, somebody out there really loves their Stanley Cup.
Right,
you know what
fair.
I mean? Like, they
No,
love
they
their
don't.
cup
No, they
so
don't.
much
No, they don't.
that they are willing to sacrifice
No,
their
they
entire
fucking don't.
family and go to prison for this cup. So, you know, to each their own.
Holy shit. If you fucking I'm sorry if I'm offending you. If you love your fucking Stanley Cup more than you love your puppy, you are a piece of shit. You know, this is a PSA, this is a public announcement. If you're giving up your fucking dog to make love to your Stanley Cup, you are a sick individual. Fucking get help. You know, get an intervention.
Oh,
put that stupid cup down, you know, buy a dog. I don't know, man.
Joshua, speaking of stupid
No,
cups
you cannot
and
compare
anything
those
like
two.
that, Joshua, do you have any value finds for us? We're on the last like 4 or 5 minutes here. What do you got anything for us?
I don't know. The clock dropped off the screen. I don't even know what time it is. I'm just talking. All right. So I'm glad we led into the love of things and the craftiness and the creativity, because that's what I'm going to bring to the table right now and put in front of y'all. So when I went up to Seattle, that was talked about a few episodes ago.
I think I know what this is.
I got this little thing right here.
Very cute.
I got this, everybody. This is not a legit Lego set. I mean, it doesn't say Lego on it, so I don't think it's considered a Lego, but man, this little thing right here is a son of a bitch. You might not be able to make it out, but there's 821 pieces. And do you know what this looks like? Do you know what this looks like? I'm going to fucking show you.
Show us, show us, show us.
This.
God damn, it's bigger than I expected.
This is...
That's what she said.
That's what she said. So this thing is stands about 8 inches tall. It's very delicate, everybody. I really do not want to break it. It took me forever. These things right here are crafted very unsecure. So I'm really nervous about holding it right here. If it breaks, it's not on purpose. Fuck it. This right here took me a very, very, very long time. See the little cars, there's little street lights.
So much detail though.
This thing was cool, but I'll tell you what, if you got big hands, this is not a project you want to take on. Sean would hate.
Oh, I did.
Building that right there.
I did hate it.
So from the topic we just got off of, Legos and fun crafty things, like if somebody were to offer me $1,000 for that, I'm stupid. I know I am. I would not sell that for $1,000. That thing is pretty cool. So
that's awesome.
That's my fun value find, and I encourage everybody to buy little things.
Joshua,
like
you did great though. It looks
they're fun.
It looks amazing.
Time,
I should have recommended that as you were doing it, you super glued it so that way it would hold itself, you know, and you didn't have to worry about it. But I mean, now that you made it, so oh well, it looks great.
I'm super nervous that it's gonna fall apart. Like when I was preparing, I was like, "Holy shit!" Because those the towers that kind of go up like this, they don't lock into place. They kind of just hover over the little Lego parts.
That's great.
So it's a sensitive build.
That's awesome.
It's a sensitive build, and 821 mini pieces, micro pieces, are every bit of that number, and it is a tough build.
Jesus.
It's a tough build.
It's fun. Awesome. Joshua, let's end on a fortune. While you grab the fortune and stuff and get ready for that, I want to show something for next week because I won't have enough time this week, but I have a box here that I'll get if you want to grab the cookie, Joshua. So
The cookie has been
there's this
grabbed.
box.
The fortune is inside.
That box, Joshua.
It's a box, everyone.
So that box is full of Funkos. All right. And we ordered all these Funkos on a sale. Okay. I don't remember what Funkos we ordered anymore because my short-term memory is kind of fucked. So starting next week, I will be pulling one randomly from this box, and we will together find out what we ordered. So just a little spoiler on that one. That's next week, though. But Joshua, give us a fortune. Let's end this episode.
That's cool. All right, everybody. As we do in every episode, except for maybe one.
It was probably. Like
I think there was one.
Yeah, we missed it.
Yeah, where we missed. We'd have to circle back and find out which one that is. We're gonna drop a fortune for y'all. The last one was a little lackluster.
Smile.
Something about like smile and then smile this, smile that. Go check it out. It wasn't that great. The numbers could have won you something if you check those numbers out, but the fortune itself probably isn't gonna motivate you much. Let's get into this cookie here. All right. Every time I have to crack this cookie, I got to come in here with a vacuum just to let everybody know, like this.
I know you.
This isn't something.
I know you hate it. That's why we keep doing it.
I do. I do hate it. Gotta come up with a better system here. All right, let's crack this cookie. Let's get it going, everybody. Here we go. Let's get into here. All right. So your fortune on this January 30th of 2024 is you will get a great deal on a major purchase.
Hey, that's actually a fortune.
Sean,
I'm not making any major purchases.
Sean's got a box, everybody. He's got a brown box, everybody. We're gonna see. I'm gonna read it one more time because this doesn't just apply to Sean with his brown box of goodies over there. This applies to all of us. You will get a great deal on a major purchase, everybody. That is your fortune for January 30th, nice. 2024.
I love it. All right, Joshua, you know what time it is.
Now,
let's hit them with them lucky numbers.
Some lucky numbers for y'all on this January 30th. We're going to hit you with lucky numbers 1, 43, 18, 16, 17, and 24.
I think I lost track of them. Can you repeat them one more time, Joshua?
One more time, as we always do, because you could miss a number and then you're like, damn it, I could have won that. So one more time for this January 30th, 2024. Your lucky numbers are 1, 43, 18, 16, 17, and 27. Let's go, everybody.
Nice. Well, there you go. With that, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Stick around next week for that secret box. It's going to be awesome. And then stick around 2 weeks after that for the Valentine's Day episode. That's going to be a fun one. I don't think I have anything else to say other than I love you guys. Joshua, what do you got left to say?
Yeah, I just want to echo that same thing. I love everybody. I appreciate everybody for being here, and let's continue to make this 2024 a good one or a great one. And it's never too late to try something new. So let's keep going, guys. Let's keep evolving. Let's grow together. Right. Thank you for everybody. Thank you.
There we go, everybody. See you next week. Deuces.